Hello again and welcome back. In the past videos we've installed a Ubuntu server, we learned how to navigate through the command line, and we learned the basics of Vim. Now it's time to upgrade our command line experience and productivity with tmux and tmux. Up until now we've used the Windows terminal to SSH into our Linux server. With tmux we can add our Linux servers in a nice GUI, and with just one click we can connect right to them. You can download it right here. Just Google tmux. Let's go straight for download, and you have here the tmux.com download. You can download the installer for Windows, and they also offer an app for iPhone and Android. Once you open it, it will look like this. On the top here, you can use your SSH command, SSH user at YouTube, and connect. Once you've connected to one of the servers, they will appear here in the hosts, and from then on, if nothing changes, the IP address or the host name, you can just double click on them and it will connect automatically to it. But the coolest thing for me with tmux is it offers a lot of different designs to play around. If you click here on top, it will show you a lot of design choices. You can change it on the spot, and it makes it really fun to work with the command line. I like mine rather dark, that's why I am going mostly with Pro, because it's dark but still has some color in it. By the way, there is no sponsorship at all. I just really enjoy using tmux. But that's just for playing around. What's really going to push your productivity is tmux. With tmux, you can open multiple terminals inside one terminal. It's terminalception. You will understand better once you see it. And it's super easy to install. Just enter sudo apt install tmux, enter your password, and it will install it. After that, we can use the command tmux, enter, and nothing much has changed yet. We're still having a terminal, it looks kind of different, and we can still use our commands. The magic happens if we use shortcuts. In tmux, every shortcut begins with Ctrl B and then a special key. Let's try this one. Ctrl B %. And now we split our terminal vertically. With Ctrl B and the arrow keys, we can switch around those two terminals. Right now I'm here, and now I'm over there. We can use each terminal individually. We can change directory in it, we can change the users, we can do different stuff in every single terminal. We can even split up this terminal even more. With Ctrl B parentheses, we split them horizontally. And you can also resize those windows. With Ctrl B, Control arrow down, you make them smaller. Ctrl B, Control arrow up, you make them bigger. Also Ctrl B, Control left, or Control right, you can resize them. The other windows will adjust as well. Now, for example, in this big window on the left, I can become root and change into Etsy, for example. In here, I can change into log, and in here, I can open our test file with Vim. But don't worry, if you don't have enough space on your screen anymore, just enter Ctrl B and C. It will open a whole new window that you can start to split up again. The other window isn't lost. Down here at the bottom, you can see it indexed the windows, starting with 0 and then 1. And the one we're using right now is the one with a star. To switch back, just use Ctrl B and 0. Now we're back in the first window, Ctrl B and 1. We're back to the second window. We can open another one. Now it says we have 0, 1, and 2 in here. Let's try this command to get a long output in the terminal. Cat log syslog. Now what we're used to is we can scroll with our mouse, but In tmux you can't do that. But what you can do is Ctrl B, page up. And now with your page up and page down, you can scroll right through the command line output. To exit this, just press your escape key. Let's switch back to our first window. In here, we have 3 windows open. We can split it up more. But what if we want to delete one terminal? We switch to the terminal we want to delete. Control arrow keys, for example, the one on the left side, and then Control B, X. It will ask us if we want to kill this pane. We confirm with Y for yes, and now this pane is gone. I hope you can see how much more productive this is going to make you already. You can use ifconfig in here, for example, and be in vim in here and type something with that IP address. And just like I showed you earlier, you can even become a root in one of those single terminals. All right, I want to show you another cool thing with tmux. Let's switch back to the normal terminal with Ctrl B and D for detach. Here in the normal terminal, we can use this command, tmux new -s, and then think of a session name, for example, test session. Now it opened tmux again, but it designated a name to it. We can open up a bunch of windows in here again, even new windows. Just like before, let's switch back to the first one. And we can detach from that again. Ctrl B, D for detach. And let's just do another one just for fun with just plain tmux and just detach from it immediately. And now we can use the command tmux ls. It will output us every session that we have. You can see 3 so far. We have session 0, that's the first one we opened. We have session test session, that's the second one we opened with a designated name. And we have the session number 2, that's the last session. And now we can connect to one of those sessions again. For that, we use the command tmux attach -t and then the session name, for example, 0. We're back here, Control B, D. We can also use test session, and now we're back in the test session. You can always see that here down below. And we're back right the moment where we left. So you can have a open vim or anything in here. I can open htop in here, detach from it, and attach to number 2, just the completely empty one. I can detach from that again and go back to the test session, and the htop is still running there. I use tmux all the time and it's super fun to use, especially together with Termius. I hope you learned something today, and if you did, please leave a like. And just like in my last video with Vim, if anything in tmux I forgot to mention, or there is a tmux tip or hack that you want to share with me and the others, let me know down in the comments below. You can click here on the screen to subscribe so you won't miss any new videos. And you can also click here on the screen so you can watch the whole Linux series so far. Until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.